Ashley in the house. Ashley is how old now?
29. I'll be 30.
Coming up, right?
Yeah, in November.
She's a big fitness enthusiast. She does what kind of exercise?
Functional fitness, spin, little lifting.
Little lifting. How many days a week?
Probably like 4.
4 days a week.
Yeah.
And job duties are what? Computer work?
Yeah, mostly sedentary.
Sedentary throughout the day?
Yeah.
So physical fitness is an important part of your health. Why?
Just to keep active, I guess counterbalance the sitting I do most of the day.
Yeah, which so many people are sitting so much in today's world, working from home. Some people are back to the office now, but I mean, you're pretty much on a computer like all day.
Yeah, I'm not back in the office, so I would stay in the same room all day really if I didn't work out or get my cardio in.
And how do you feel after you exercise?
Definitely more alert, more awake. My whole body is more awake.
Like energized, right?
Right, yeah.
So we stress a ton of importance on daily physical activity, especially for people that work on a computer most of the day, right? So many people are not up moving around, and one of the things we do with each of our patients is try to recommend daily desk stretches and exercises, but also them taking accountability in their own health and wellness to try to squeeze in even a 20 or 30 minute workout. An hour is better, but sometimes we don't have time for the whole hour. I think Ashley sometimes gets up kind of early-ish.
Yeah, we've been trying to make a habit, like 5:30.
5:30 in the morning. So you get your workout in, and these guys build a sweet at-home gym, right?
Yep, love it.
And so you've got what in the basement?
Well, we have a Peloton, we have a squat rack, barbells, dumbbells, medicine balls, some other like fun toys.
Fun toys, yes. Adult fun toys down in the basement. We go down, we get our workout in, we ride our Peloton, we lift some weights, and then we go right up to our kitchen and have
a protein
shake. And then we go to work.
Yeah.
And that's how we do it. That's how you do life right there. Stick to that. Try to get up a little earlier. If it's 1 or 2 days a week, maybe if you start work at 8 or 9, try to get up at 5:45, 6 a.m., 2 to 3 days a week. Once you start to get into that habit of early morning workout, your whole day goes easier. What happens if you skip an early morning workout?
I notice myself like I'm way lazier throughout the day.
Yeah.
I always regret if I sleep through. Even if I just get up for a quick workout, I'm way more productive and way more awake throughout the day.
Yeah. Yeah, you just get energized, right? And then you also, I think a big part of it is feeling accomplished, right? And
yeah, for sure.
Kind of like, all right, I did my workout. I can finish up work at whatever time, 3, 4, 5 o'clock. And I don't have the stress of, I got to get to the gym, plus I got to cook dinner, plus I got to get the house in order. Look down from you. So personally, I am not an early morning riser by trade. I'm more of a late night owl. Both me and my wife can stay up a little later, but what we've done since we've had a baby is make it a priority to get up at some days 5 o'clock, some days 5:30. We still get a couple days of sleep in time on the weekends till 6:30 or 7, but at least 3 days a week for me. I'm up at 4:45 or 5. Some weeks 4 or 5 days, depending on what my nighttime schedule looks like. And as Ashley said as well, if I don't get my workout in the morning, man, do I just not feel as powerful throughout the day. Look down for me. All right, good work. So we're working on Ashley's upper right side neck. Some of the things we've been coaching her through is scapular exercises. We can see how the left scapula packs a little bit better than the right scapula. Ashley commonly gets like right side neck, right shoulder tension. We've talked to her about reducing some of the upper trapezius, the upper neck over-activation. She's got this little knot right here in the right shoulder, so we're going to do a little myofascial release on the right neck, right shoulder. But Ashley, throughout the day, we want to make sure that she kind of takes a 30, 45, or 60-second break every hour or so, and she just starts to kind of stretch her neck like this. And you can see how this fiber kind of pulls from the neck down into the shoulder. And so she's going to think, squeeze the lat down, pack the shoulder back a little bit right there. You can see how she kind of flattened out the lat a little bit, and then pull the head over to the left for me, over to the left that way. And do you feel that kind of pulls up into the neck and the shoulder? Mm-hmm. Just real mildly. It's not a mega big stretch, but it is a simple exercise and a simple way to help decrease tension up into the right side neck. So we're going to focus most of our treatment today over on our right shoulder, right neck. Go ahead, look up straight, down straight, down, up, 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 and down. I'm going to pull this right out of there. Good. Up, down, up, and down. And she can feel all the crunchies, the fibrous adhesions up and down. In the trapezius, the supraspinatus over on the up, down, over on the scapula. We're going to work on the levator scap is a common area you guys will see in all of our videos. Pretty much we're doing levator scap work. Levator scap's the muscle that runs from the top angle or the top border of the scapula up to the upper cervical spine. That's a common postural muscle that will create upper body overuse, or what we call forward head carriage, with kind of like anterior rounded shoulders or forward rounded shoulders. And so the group of muscles right up at the top of the scapula, look straight down for me. Look up, look straight down, look straight up and straight down. Right around that border of the scapula, that gets a little tight for people. We will, on our appointments with Ashley, we'll work on developing better postural holds right through here into her mid-back, in the mid-back to really kind of flare out, the lats to flare out. And when we check her shoulder movement, her left shoulder movement is pretty awesome. The glenohumeral joint pumps well. The right side is definitely her little stiffer side. And so we'll see how that feels after the adjustment on that right side. We also want Ashley throughout the day to start coiling a little bit. She coils well to the left. Her right coil is a little stiffer to get into. You see how that feels through the spine. You can bend easy this way, and this side's a little tougher. So the other thing throughout the day that's a great spinal exercise is just some coiling, some squeeze down of the left shoulder for 5+ seconds, maybe up to 10, 20, 30 seconds, and then squeeze down on the right shoulder. And as she sits on the computer throughout the day, we want her to work on a little bit of spinal coiling, dropping the right shoulder down, squeezing the right lat, and then dropping the left shoulder down, kind of focusing on squeezing the left lat. Good work. Okay, let's go face down on the table for me. All right, and then down in the hips, we check her left internal rotation and her right internal rotation. And the left side's just a little easier than the right side. But you guys can notice maybe also her hips are just a little crooked up into this right low back. So we're gonna do a little muscle work. She wears athletic clothing. I'm gonna turn this or tilt this down a little bit, okay? And then we're just gonna pull this up a little bit. And Ashley knows on our appointments, we typically recommend wearing athletic clothing so we can get open areas of skin and work easily through some muscle or myofascial release through the erector muscles. Her left side low back is not as tense as the right side. So we're gonna focus on the right QL a little bit and some of the lumbar erectors down on the right side. Right now we're on the left side. And we're just gonna treat this area. Take a deep breath in for me. And exhale out. And one of my favorite techniques is myofascial release. We took a couple courses on it back in chiropractic school, and it really helps us to just kind of iron out some of the tightness throughout the low back. And she'll feel over on this right side. It's going to be a little right through here. A little tighter. She's got a little knot right in the right side low back, a little spasmed up area, a little tense area. Sometimes when you get this kind of like low back pain or low back tension, It can stay local to the low back, but it can also sometimes irritate the rib nerves and radiate around to the front of the abdomen or down into the obliques. Some people, when you have a rib sprain, if you sprain a rib, it can hurt to take deep breaths in. You can feel a pinching pain in your back. And many people sprain a rib, which they do not correctly take care of. It can cause pain for weeks or months at a time. And your body will kind of like twist around that sprained rib. All right, good work. Leg up. Push into my hand. And stop. And push. And stop. You guys can see how we get the leg the whole way back to the glute. Push and stop. And push. And stop. Which is where we want to see that leg go back to. We want to see the knee flexibility as deep as we can get it. Push and stop. Or the knee flexion. Push and stop. And this is one of the indicators that I like to use for push. Back chain versus front chain dominant. There we go. And if somebody's knee is really tight, we can get patellar tendonitis, we can get knee pain. If we're overusing the quads, they can get tight, or if we're underusing them as well, they can get tight. And so a lot of times we'll focus on building better glutes, better hamstrings, and that will help improve the knee flexion down into the lower body. Okay, deep inhale and exhale out. Whole way down for me, whole way down. Good. Deep inhale and exhale out for me, whole way down on the, good. Breath in and exhale out, whole way down for me on the right side. Good, all right. Let's face over to the right side up for me. Now, depending on where we feel a lot of the tension at in the low back, that's kind of the side that I decide to start on with the adjustments. All right, right here, and exhale out whole way. Good job, other side for me. Ashley comes in about once every 4 or 5 weeks. I don't think you've had really any major pain exacerbations, injuries.
No, not since I started coming.
Breath in, exhale out, whole way up. Good, flattening back for me. And so we've been working on her about once every month now, just for maintenance. Kind of keeping her nice and loose and mobile. Her low back adjusted beautifully. Gonna hit the toes. Just relax your foot. Good, good, good. Right there. And what would you say you like getting adjusted or no?
No. I hate knuckle cracking, and I'm very ticklish, so sometimes it's hard to sit here.
Hard to chill out, right?
Yeah.
So there's two kinds of people. The people that run into you and they're like, I need my bones popped and my joints adjusted. And then there's the other kind of people that are like, I hate this. I hate being here. Some people don't like being touched. Some people like being touched. Some people like being stretched. Some people don't like being stretched. And for Ashley, you know what we're working on now.
I enjoy the conversation.
She enjoys the conversation. But what we're working on now is some foot flexion, and you guys will see in our videos how much we like to stretch the feet down and in like this to help the again the lateral leg muscles, like the peroneal muscles, the tibialis anterior, some of the muscles, the peroneus tertius, the stuff that comes down into the ankle and the foot, and just nice little passive stretch. Good. And then we always check the ankles, make sure we get nice. There we go. There we go. Good. All right. All right. Up into the fingers. Oh, she doesn't like this.
Just get it over with.
Get it over with. All right. Elbow. Gentle elbow. That's good. She's good. You guys will hear sometimes we get adjustments out of the body. Sometimes things don't need it. Sometimes they're a little stiff. Some chiropractors take x-rays of all their patients. They show their patients where their bones might be a little crooked. They use the x-ray to treat the primary areas. I'm not that kind of chiropractor. We kind of work throughout the full body. So we always check the toes, the feet, the ankles, the wrists, the elbows. Bend up here and just flex. Good. And bend up here. Good. All right, kiddo. Hands up on thoughts. And shoulders down. Good work. Left side easy. Right side easy. Let that right shoulder reach it down towards your foot a little bit. There you go. Sit up tall. Spin that way to the right. And then just sit tall, squeeze shoulder blades back just a little bit. Beautiful. All right, now right shoulder. Now left shoulder. All right, good work. So we always set the shoulders in that posterior position, that backwards position. The shoulder adjustment is awesome for the posterior capsule and the glenohumeral joint. It helps us to develop a little bit more range of motion throughout the GH, the glenohumeral joint. And this right shoulder loosened up really awesome. It's pumping well now. It's still, I would say, 5 or 10% less than the left side. So scooch forward for me. Simplest exercise to do at our desk, fingers back and in, and shoulders open. And we're gonna hold this for 20 or 30 seconds a couple times throughout the day. Typically, I like to recommend once every hour or twice every hour, once every half hour, and just load the back a little bit. Think chest out arch and head up nice and high. And holding this for 30 to 60 seconds is mega beneficial to help us develop stronger back muscles. It kind of pumps up the back chain like we like to work on. It helps gently to stretch the front shoulders and the biceps. She can lean her head over to the left side, start to feel a little bit of tension or pull up into the right side neck, and then head over to right side, and she'll just help herself to decrease some of the tension up into the cervical spine. Okay? All right, cool. Lastly, thing I want you to work on this week, hand presses down. You're gonna go on your hips right here. You're gonna push down, and we're gonna try to pack the shoulders back again, push down strongly. And as she does this, she's activating her lats and come around in the back Brie, because Ashley has awesome back muscle development. You guys can see how she sets her scapula nice and almost totally symmetrically now with this exercise. If I say, Ashley, focus on your left hand push, and then focus on your right hand push. You guys can see how she's really engaging the scapular muscles, the rhomboids, the serratus muscles, and the lats out here. This is a great exercise. It helps her turn off her neck muscles. If you can hold this for 20 or 30 seconds a couple times a day, it helps to pump these guys up. It neurologically activates the back chain, and it'll help her to reduce tension up in the neck. If we add in the neck stretch over to the left, focus on the right hand push down, and just kind of feel how that pulls the right side neck a little bit. And then let's go over to the right side, focus on the left hand down. Easy exercises to help increase the length of the cervical spine, to reduce upper body overuse, upper trap overuse, back to center for me. And it really helps us to develop that strong centralized muscle, back muscle activation. Last step here is if we coil, if we lean the left shoulder down and back, pushing the left hand down, and then lean the right shoulder down and back, and focus. Yes, there you go, perfect. And you guys can see so awesome how she's activating a lot of this lat, the rhomboid, the serratus, posterior and anterior musculature, some of the stuff that's down here. She's got nice strong lats, nice strong obliques, and this is going to help her throughout the day to avoid too much overactivation up into the neck. Okay? All right, there's Ashley's adjustment. Thank you so much for being an awesome patient. Been feeling pretty decent?
Yeah.
Awesome. We'll see you guys later.